These kids are living their best life.
Hello, welcome. Hi, my name is Kate. If you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. I have just a few minutes and I'd like to do some more Idaho stuff. I haven't set Sacred Space or called in the quarter, so just please hold. Okay, I just set Sacred Space, called in the quarters, asked for guidance. I got a microphone and I want to jump back into the Idaho case. I have to be really honest. The Idaho case has opened up a huge wound that I didn't know I had. So I've got to do a lot of work on it. I think it's the betrayal, it being part of a much bigger circle, or for some reason, it has really rocked me. And I don't know why. I mean, the things that we've seen are troubling. The next question that we had after the girls were trafficked, check. Maddie Kaylee, we got yes. I stopped looking into it after that. I will explain someday what it has triggered for me, but now is not the time. I have a question mark for Xana. The next question is, does Steve know the truth? I'd like to thank special shout out to my Australian friends who have been helping specifically with the videos. There's a lot of them. I just released one of them, Stacy at CrimeCon. No one is doubting that people grieve different. That is not the issue. What I am showing through these videos is, in my opinion, how a sociopath grieves. There are no empathetic emotions. This is not something that you are emotionally attached to, in my experience with psychopaths and narcissists. I'm not a licensed psychologist. Do your own research. I would like to shout out the people who have been helping me. And I will name them the last time we talked, some of them wanted to remain anonymous. Some of them didn't want me to say it. So you know who you are. Thank you. So today what we're going to do is see if Steve really knew the truth. I haven't gotten to Steve quite in the same way that I've gotten to the Emperor. If you don't know who the Emperor is, her name's Stacy Chapin. In the last 6 months of looking very closely at her, I would say that she does not have the same human emotions that the rest of us do. I definitely see a difference in the way that Kaylee's parents handled this versus Ethan's. And it goes right down to the demolition of the house. Stacy Chapin was all for it. And she was the only one. So that goes without saying. What we're going to ask today is if Steve knew the truth. So I've shuffled. If you're in the balcony, welcome. Hopefully you can see this. We have some new equipment, so it's all we're all learning. But if Steve knew what happened, or if he knows the truth, there have been tons of videos talking about the hex, cryptocurrency thing. And I don't know. I haven't even really looked into him. Others are working on that part of it. For some reason, whoever's in the balcony, I'm so glad you're here. I think someone's learning, and if it makes it easier, I'll use these. These are the beginner deck. I'm shuffling the regular ones, and I'm getting to change it up. So here we go. I want to know if Steve knows the truth. I also thought these were going to be really fast, quick answers, but emotionally, it's really rocking me. What? All right, we have some. This isn't looking good for Steve. Buddy, old pal. 2 jumpers. We have the High Priestess and the 9 of Swords. I saw a comment. Someone was asking me who trafficked the girls. Well, the cards that we got were D-Bag, Stacy Chapin, all the decision makers, and those were the key ones. If you don't know, I guess start at the beginning. I don't know how to explain it any clearer than the cards could. So right off the rip, Steve got high anxiety. All of the decision makers always get this card. And Ride or Die, our High Priestess. She's also secrets that we might not find out. But those were the jumpers. So why don't we see what the cards say? Did Steve know the truth? I was really giving Steve the benefit of the doubt. This doesn't look good, Steve, buddy. If you're in the balcony, welcome. I don't have a set number of cards that I always pull. I pull intuitively. So you might notice 7, you might notice 12. It just goes until it feels like I need to stop. This doesn't look good for Steve, unfortunately. I was really hoping that he was going to be a good guy. Oh, here's the Emperor. Why do I already feel like I'm about to cry? I think I just believed in these people way more. Here's the Emperor. If you don't know who the Emperor is a leader of the dark side. The High Priestess, I call her the BJ Queen sometimes. I mean, she's your intuition. And the Nine of Swords, all of our decision makers get her. So, right off the rip, this is what I got for Steve. He's not, the Hierophant is the good guys, the Emperor is the dark side. And by dark side, there is some evil here that I literally did not know existed until I got to research this. And this isn't looking good for Steve. We also get this unhappy home. All of the decision makers always get this card too. It's almost like a mindfuck. They play with us, pretending the home's happy, but it's not. We also, we have 2 knights here. We have the King of Pentacles. I have almost lost all faith in humanity. So, unfortunately for you, Steve, I don't know what team you're on, but I can tell you you're on the dark side. And the sun's coming out. We're going to find out all your secrets. We have a ton of money here. King of Pentacles is here. 2 knights. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. These are emotional cards. Our knights were also the executors of the plan. I don't know why this case has been so troubling. I think it's because I've been so emotionally invested in it. But I almost feel like I could cry again. So we have the 2 of Pentacles. This is a decision. 4 of Pentacles. This is a foundation. He was stuck between, if you're in the bleachers, stuck between a horrible decision and another bad decision. Knights, they executed the plan. Fake happy home. The Sun, thank God, means secrets are coming out. The Hermit, self-pity. This is a Virgo card, but it's also in reverse. It can mean serious mental health issues, almost solitary to a dangerous level. They would say, I don't believe that the Unabomber did what they said he did, but he would be a good description of the Hermit in reverse. And we have the King of Pentacles, another dark side movement. And we have Judgment. Oh, we have the Lovers. These people are, I have no words, actually. Yeah, so Steve was definitely involved with the dark side. I don't know why it makes me so sad. Okay, the next question now. Yeah, so Steve was involved with the dark side. Shocking. Actually, I was a little surprised. Someone asked me that question, and I was going to bat for Steve. No, of course he's not. I was wrong. Intuitively, I thought he was a good guy. Next question. This is going to be a shocker. Is Steve Maddie's dad too? I don't know. And if Maddie's parents are watching, I am really sorry this question came up. And so these are some viewer questions and some questions that I've kind of been asking myself. If you're on TikTok, I posted a video of it, and follow me over there. Oh yeah, please like, share, subscribe, do all the things. My name is Kate. If you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. If you're ready for an emotional fuck, then you're in the right spot. Next question. Is Steve Maddie's dad too? Well, the Emperor's here. And the High Priestess, and the Nine of Swords, and the King of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups, and the Lovers, and the Sun. It's like I was literally just shuffling. And the Hermit in reverse, and Judgment. Was I really just shuffling? Those are all the exact same cards. Actually, I'm going to skip this question about Maddie's dad. That, to me, I don't really want to know. What I want to know, the next question is, are Steve and Stacy working together? You know, good cop, bad cop. He's out here drumming around or whatever about justice, and she's acting like a sociopath. My opinion. No facts here. But I'm a human and I have eyeballs, and I can see that she does not have normal human emotions. So are Steve and Stacy working together? You know what we should do with this one? Is yes, no's. I have that deck right here. I love my new cards. If you're in the balcony and you're learning and if it's helping you with that, I use the beginner cards almost for this entire case. And I don't know where it comes from. So if it's you, please just give it a shout out or let me know. Are Steve and Stacy working together? 2 cards just jumped. It is likely, and yep. Well, okay. I'll ask it 2 more times. Are Steve and Stacy working together? Guaranteed, and let me think. So 2 out of 3, we just got it. So the answer to that is yes. Steve and Stacy are working together. I wonder why. I need to put that on the list. Why would they be working together? So Steve and Stacy are working together. Steve knows the truth, and he was working with the Emperor. I want to ask, why are these 2 working together? All right. What we should do is probably just a general reading on Steve. Let's start there. It might answer a few more of these questions. We've already done a reading on Stacy. There's one more Stacy question. Did she know this shakedown was coming? I don't even need to read on that. Yeah, she knew. But we've already gotten that answer. Let's just do a quick reading on Steve, because then we jump over to the Green family. And let's just say their hands are not clean. And if the Greens are watching, hi, welcome. Go to church extra hard this week. You're going to need it. I'm going to just do a quick reading on Steve and see what we can find. I don't like Steve already. I like Steve. Steve is not who he pretends to be. Ethan's here. Death. I don't know why. I feel like I'm about to cry again. I don't know what to say. So Steve spent some time in the slammer back in 2002 for, I think it was it might have been trafficking, drug. I don't know what we're allowed to say. I think it was meth, which may be why he has connections to the criminal element. He has a ton of delay cards here. There's not much to say about him. He has the same cards as all the other trash that we're working with. We have 3 aces. We have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Those are new beginnings. This is a pregnancy card. This is just like delay. I wonder when Steve's birthday is. So we have 3 aces. The underlying energy is Temperance. This is legit. This is not the Devil card. This is straight up evil. In reverse. Family legacy. The Chapins own a few multi-million-dollar homes. One of them, by the way, was deeded to them for $10. And that's in a video that I just haven't released yet. It's like follow the money. Steve's hands are not clean, unfortunately for you, Steve. I thought you were a good guy. You played a good part. You were a good actor. I thought you were legit, but unfortunately you're not. It's kind of sad. So the next, I want to get back on Stacy. I love exposing her. I don't have warm and fuzzies about his mom. Definitely not. I saw a few things with her and them speaking to various organizations or whatever. I don't like anything that I've seen. I also saw something that he has a brother named Eric who has been actively shutting things down around the World Wide Web. And I just think that might be a little curious. I don't know anything about it, but I do remember when I figured out, number 15, that he was betrayed by the douchebag, the delinquent or something. So I don't have a warm and fuzzy about that, and that's awkward because the dad gave me like a pretty calming vibe. Like I felt like he was really hurting. I don't feel the same about the other one. I guess what we should do, I feel like it's game time, is for some reason really awkward too. I'm going to start with S-Dog. I'll call her S-Dog, okay? Well, Ethan's parents' names are Jim and Stacy. I'm going to call her S-Dog because I feel like we're about to figure out something that is not going to put her in a favorable light. I don't have a good feeling about her. And I know there are other people that also have a little bit, and I'm just saying, like, we'll just start it off with her. All right. Well, for you guys watching, these cards just jumped. Wands. So we have 2 wands, a pentacle, and a cup. They're not new cards, but they're not our big dog. So just a second. What does Stacy know? Allegedly, she's been going up to the school. Well, you're not going to even believe what's next. We have the Tower. This might be a crying night. Actually, hold on. I have to like... Okay. So... what I'm looking at here is our Nine of Swords. This is can't sleep, staying up at night, super stressed. People are seeing between the lines. We have our Knight of Swords. One of these came out in reverse if you're watching, but it didn't feel right to lay it down. We have the Knight of Swords. And we have the Tower. So I might have to pause you. I'm like about to start crying. All right, so what we asked was about we asked about the mom, Ethan's mom, and we got frat row. We got the card that's represented every single one of like the decision makers, and we have the Tower, and that's like an ending.
My name is Stacy Chapin.
My name is Stacy Chapin, and I'm Ethan's mom.
My name is Stacy Chapin. Ethan Chapin, one of the most incredible people you'll ever know.
And I didn't write any of the funny stories that we talked about.
Mom has decided that the best way for her to sort of process all of this is to write a children's book. Kind of about Ethan, even though she says it's not Ethan, but it is. I mean,
The circumstances that bring us here tonight, they're terrible.
she is not going to go to that trial.
The hardest part, we cannot change the outcome.
It doesn't change the outcome.
She is not going to subject herself. Jim, her husband, not going to do it. Probably Maisie and Hunter, the other two in the triplets, not going to do it.
Energy not well spent.
Yep.
And it still wouldn't change the outcome.
Yep.
We have to look ahead.
Yes.
So Stacy owns, well, according to the deeds, the Chapins own a few multi-million-dollar homes. I haven't really seen anywhere that the income is matching. They did file for divorce, or I'm sorry, bankruptcy, I want to say back in 99. I also checked the satanic, I've learned a lot about the satanic church and cult. I even called them because I just grew up Catholic. And to me, that became my biggest fear. I didn't know that I had it. So I called them last week so I could discuss with someone. I just wanted to understand. I needed to know more. There's also different variations. And if anyone actually knows, I'm just doing it from a Catholic girl wanting to understand perspective. I'm not doing it from like any perspective. I've studied all of the major religions, including witchcraft, but the satanic cult was new to me. And there's different factions of it. So there's the Luciferian, that is the bringer of light. It was made bad. There's a lot. This might be a video of like more of a learning one. We can go into all of that. But the main point is the satanic cult, which is the same one the Daybells followed. And check the dates of the kids that died, and they coincide with very important dates. I have had the opportunity to learn a lot more about this than I ever wanted to know or expected, but teach their own. I'm just trying to understand. I have no judgment against it. I didn't realize I had a huge fear of it, but that's programming, and that's the way that the Matrix works. So I did call them last week. I wanted to talk about the idea of blood sacrifice, and what that means, because there were, and if anyone knows more about any of it, please jump in. Numerology to this, I have seen a ton. I don't know enough about numerology, and I need to learn more, but one of the things that I was seeing was the numbers stuff. There's so many numbers that coincide with all this, and if, like I said, if someone knows, let me know. If you're a sociopath, I'm not saying anyone is, but if I was diagnosing from the safety of my own home, I would say that Stacy Chapin has all of the characteristics of a narcissist and a sociopath. And psycho.
They received the call their son Ethan Chapin had been killed. They got the call from their other kids.
We have these other two kids that are very impacted by that, are very impacted, and they need to be lifted up and cared for.
And Ethan's future gone.
And what I did not find were dates that coincided with the dates that this happened. What I did find was sacrificing it's a giving of. So some people sacrifice, like tithing. And if you're Mormon, and I bless you, you guys, the Mormons are using their tithe money, not Mormons as a entity, the higher ups are using their money to build a $1.7 billion mall. And most of the farmland. In the country. So there are things that are bigger than us that I have not looked into yet. One of the things, though, that I am very curious about is this numerology connection. There's some, I know, the obvious ones like 1122. It started on the 11th month on the 12th day, ended on the 13th. I get all that. That to me is like obvious. The things that I don't really understand are the Church of Satan, which there is no judgment here, honest to God. I am literally just trying to understand. And the numerology that goes along with sacrificing your firstborn, allegedly. The allegedly is not any of that. This, I guess, is that he was the firstborn, technically. And I'm curious why. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. But now Steve just set a plate at the table. And perhaps what I need to also write down is what Steve's birthday is. That might help me understand it. I genuinely feel like Steve was surprised. But according to everything that's not mainstream, which I don't believe any of it anyway.
A substantial portion of the population believes in all kinds of things. That's not real. What's the harm in people just being wrong and stupid? We got to get tisk-tisked? No, this is propaganda. This is propaganda to make you feel stupid, to make you feel wrong, to make you feel incorrect whenever you doubt the official narrative. And let me remind you, the official narrative includes a fake picture that's now been recalled. Okay? So people already in this story have reason to doubt the official narrative. The Buckingham Palace put that picture out. Hello? Hello. This is propaganda. And what I really think, speaking of conspiracy theories, because I'm already a conspiracy theorist, I don't mind getting called that, so just do it. I don't think this has jack to do with Kate Middleton. I think this is all a big look over here, red herring for something else really going on. What's that?
The shakedown was coming and everyone knew. Did Stacy know that the shakedown was coming? I feel like Stacy called it. That was a yes, but I'm going to do it with our yes no cards. I feel like Stacy was an integral part of this shakedown. There's a lot of, everything's been scrubbed, which is not suspicious at all. Come on, FBI, do better. I'm just going to ask if Stacy knew that the shakedown was coming.
We think it's one of the safest places they could be.
Yes.
I mean, Moscow, Idaho?
Not in your wildest imagination or nightmares even. Could you imagine something like this?
We were at Parents' Weekend the week before. I mean, literally the week before, and just had the best time with the kids. And you would never think that something like this could ever happen.
It was the best
there.
weekend. And we were in the King Street house that weekend. I mean, we were like, these kids are living their best life.
Yep. Straight up. Okay. Did she call this shakedown? Don't bet on it. Surely not, indeed. Those were not consistent, but what she did know that the shakedown was coming. The consistency for did she make that decision wasn't enough. And so I feel like this is, the answer is yes when you're ready. So I've got to learn a lot. I've had the opportunity to learn a lot of new things. Stacy knew the shakedown was coming. I can't confidently say that she called it. Next. So another thing that we have on this list is, I almost feel like this might be a new video and I might not need to do a reading on it. Scott Green had plans for 1122 way before all of this happened. He wanted to put low-income housing down. He is involved through LLCs, which I'd also like to give another shout out to Australia, with multiple low-income housing developments throughout Utah and other various states that usually tie back to the Church of Latter-day Saints. Like I said, I could care less what you believe in. The main thing is that this low-income housing was set up way before this shakedown happened. And it was just like the perfect opportunity to give back to the community. That's in an interview that he said, not my own words. Those are his own words. Scott Green's a whole different animal. The answers that we got today was a lot of me talking. Oh, we didn't ask about Maddie's dad. I guess I couldn't like him less right now anyway. Steve Maddie's dad too. None of these cards are actually talking about a child. What they're talking about is like Steve's deception, pretty much. King of Wands in reverse. It's a bad leader. Bad planning. Two of Wands in reverse. Page of Cups. Insecure, child seeking, wants attention. Oh, wait. Oh, childish. Not child seeking. That was my own problem. Spite. Oh, here's D-Bag in her little. And if you don't know who D-Bag is, this is Dylan. Dylan, the living roommate. Didn't know what was happening. D-Bag, if you're watching, hi. Don't worry, you're coming. The whole family tree. We've got it all. Your cousin that's prosecutor, your cousin that's cop. It's a very small world out there in Idaho. Another D-Bag. This is and here's the Emperor, yeah. I'm going to put a maybe next to that, but Steve's hands are not clean. I don't know what Steve's part in it was, but his hands aren't clean. So, I will be back. Maybe what I should do is a reading on something a little less emotional. I feel like it just puts me in a horrible mood, and I'm like not in a great mood about it, and I didn't cry. So, in conclusion, Steve knows the truth. He was on the dark side. Emperor showed right up. Stacy and Steve are working together. I didn't ask why. Follow the Pentacles. It's all about money. And Stacy knew the shakedown was coming. She might have called it, but I'm going to say she was very, very involved in calling it. I also found a video that she's talking about being at the King Road house.
Weekend. And we were in the King Street house that weekend. I mean, we were like, ah, what a great.
Probably a coincidence. So with that, I will love you and leave you. I'll be back. If you guys have more questions, can you put them under this one so I don't have to look all over to find them? That way I'll make sure I get them. And hopefully the sound is better. Hopefully you can see it all. And with that, I will love you and leave you. And thanks again for everyone who's helping me do the research.